Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got a cutting video today. I'm going to cut a handful of rocks from different locations. So let's take a look at them and see what we're dealing with. Alright, we'll start with this first stone here. This is a self-collected Arizona from the Gila mountain range area. Got a little window here. So basically this was sticking out of the ground and ended up being a little bit bigger than I thought. It's got some banding in there. It does have a fracture. So because of the window and the fracture, I'm just going to cut it below the fracture that way. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, next up we got this faced Botswana, a little tiny Botswana. Alright, unfortunately there's a little bit of skin missing here off of it. So I'd like to cut parallel to that, but below that. Kind of want to keep out of that if I can, but I don't know how. Alright, so we're just going to cut it that way. Parallel, and hopefully just underneath of that. So we get a whole face down here. Alright. Got here a Woodward Ranch biscuit. It's got some decent color to the skin. Not real familiar with cutting these. Got a little bit of a window there. I don't know if I should cut it this way or this way. Alright, learning experience. I'm going to try to cut it this way and hope for a banded agate out of this one, not a plume. If I knew it had plumes on the bottom or something, which I don't think it does, based off of that, I might cut it flat like that. Okay. Next up, got another Gila mountain range agate that I collected here recently. No real windows. It's got some fractures in the skin, but I don't know if they go into the stone. So might cut it this way or maybe this way. Maybe figure it out once I get out to the saw, but probably this way. Alright, next up got another Botswana. So this one, it's got a little window here with the dark gray and white contrasting bands. But what's interesting is, if you look at the skin, got these little, I don't know if they're saginite sprays or tubes or what. They might just be in the skin, but it's hard to say. I don't know, maybe this one I cut long ways. It's not real big. I could cut it this way, but it'd be a small face. I want to cut it this way. Alright. Another West Texas Woodward Ranch biscuit. This one's different. Looks like it's going to be possibly some plumes. It's got some dark jasper-like material at the bottom. It's got some blue in it, almost like a copper inclusions. Although I don't know if there's copper in that area. Top's kind of open, like it might have plumes. Got some calcite crystals growing in there. I think I'm going to cut this one that way and hope we got some plumes at the top of this one. All right, last up. This is from California. This would be fossilized bone from some kind of a mammal, most likely a whale, but you can see if I can get this to focus better. Some cell structure. Looks like the cells are running this way. Probably going to cut this one that way, hoping to get the smaller cell structure, not the elongated ones like that. If I cut it this way, they'd probably be longer. If I cut it this way, I'm hoping they'll be shorter like that. Oh, you can hear my dog whining in the background. All right, so let's get these out on the saw. We'll get them cut, and we'll see what's on the inside of them. All right, I'll be right back. All right, back from the saw. So let's start with the two from Woodward Ranch, Texas. Not sure how that one went. Like that maybe. All right, let's get this camera focused. All right, let's see how this one turned out. All right. It's got some pluming going on in there. Some banding. All right, this is definitely gonna get polished at some point. And let's see this half. Just as nice. All right. It's a little dark, but it is a cool looking stone. But yeah, we'll get this polished up. Definitely worth polishing just to see, maybe it'll pop a little better. All right, let's go with the next. Let's see. Something like that maybe. I don't know. All right, so it's got that kind of a blue-gray banding, a little bit of inclusions in the bottom here. And a little geode center. Again, nice looking stone. Definitely worth polishing at some point. Pretty solid, no real fractures or anything. Maybe a healed one right there. That could also be an entry point. Doesn't look like a fracture. All right, cool. So the Woodward Ranch, pretty good. So new to cutting those. I got some more to cut in the future. Definitely. All right, let's look at the Botswanas now. All right, so this hole goes through. A little bit of banding. You can see some of those needle tube-like inclusions, not as many as I was hoping for, but it is a nice looking stone, and again, it's worth polishing. Nice. All right, no hole on this side. Tiny little fracture right there. But, all right, this one will get polished as well. All right, let's get this other. So this is the one that had that window showing. So I cut back behind that. And wow. All right, so that one came out really good. Great pattern, it goes all the way through the stone. Very nice. Definitely gonna polish that one. Nice contrasting bands. Very cool. Okay, next up we'll show the Arizona stones. And this one, all right, well, mostly quartz, but it's interesting looking. Paint off the saw blade. We've got the water level banding at the bottom of this one. And a little ring of banding or agate around the outside edge. Again, some more paint from the blade. Yeah, it's nice looking, but I don't know if I'll polish that one. Not a lot of contrast. Okay, next up. So we had that window showing, had that fracture going through it, and I wanted to cut behind that. And let's see how this one came out. Oh, nice. All right, that's definitely my favorite of the day so far. Look at the colors and the banding, perfect. A little bit of a window there we cut through, but most of the pattern's up in here. That's my dog drinking water in the background. Apologize for that. Oh wow, that is really nice. Let's see this half. Just as nice. Wow, definitely gonna polish that. That's gonna make a nice specimen. Very cool. All right. One stone left. This is the mammal bone, probably whalebone from California. Let's see how we did with that. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. It's got a long, I don't know if it's like a blood vessel or something going through it. Nice color. Nice cell structure. Look at that. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna polish this up as well. Let's see the other half. More of that. Oh wow, that is a good. I didn't think that was gonna turn out that good. All right, well, we're gonna end this video here, and I'll get some of these polished up here in the near future. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.